Hey guys, Jesse with Chainosis bringing you some more Casper content. Today I want to talk a little bit about what my bull case for Casper is, how I believe that it could actually go to a $5 to $8 Casper. I think that I can lay out a roadmap of how Casper gets there. Obviously, nobody knows for sure where any of these coins are going to go. This is not financial advice. I can't tell you buy Casper here because it's going to go to here. That would be completely irresponsible of me. I have no business making that determination because I can't see the future. I can, however, show you what other projects have done in the past, how they are related to Casper, or how Casper maybe is similar to those projects, and relate that information to Casper to see a potential price evaluation in the upcoming bull run. So if we look at a project like Cardano, I really do enjoy comparing Cardano to Casper. The reason being Cardano and Charles Hoskinson are very obviously focused on building out utility, building out the ecosystem in kind of a slow, meditated way where everything is close to perfect as they can get it before it goes live. A lot of these other projects that are out right now, a lot of layer ones that are building out the DeFi space, seem to be in a race as to who can get a product out fastest and who can get hype out the fastest to jump these coins to absurd evaluations. And I'm not hating on that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that necessarily. But Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, and the project Cardano, as well as the project Casper, they both seem to be a lot less focused on marketing and hype as they do building out true utility. And I know there's going to be people that say utility does not make the price go up. And the reason that people will say that is because in the past, hype has mattered quite a bit more than utility. We've seen projects with what seems to be really interesting and great utility, but it just doesn't reflect in the price. And then we see projects with no utility that have a lot of hype and they get run up to obscene market caps and obscene prices that is almost, just defies our understanding of how these things should work. And that's a fair argument because, as everybody in this space should probably know, things don't work the way they should. Hype matters, all that stuff does matter. What the bet that I'm making with Casper is that going forward over the next few years, utility and the usefulness of a project will start to matter more and more and more as some of this retail kind of dumb money gets sucked out of the system and a lot more of the big institutional money starts coming in and placing really, really well thought out bets on who is going to be leaders in this space over the next decade. I think that you're going to see projects like Cardano, projects like Casper really, really win big because they have focused for years and years on building out the utility of their project and they have not focused on chasing hype. I know that people love to talk about the narrative. You got to get on board with the narrative. I can't give you guys financial advice, but I really truly try to stay as far away from current narratives in crypto as possible. The reason being, it seems to be that by the time you hear about these so-called narratives, they're already over. And you're going to get into something that's going to get dumped on. And another problem that I see with the narrative hype is that when there is a current narrative that comes out, everybody and their cousin's dog makes a cryptocurrency that says it's going to do all of these wild, fantastic things, and it's simply a pump and dump project. And so you are really, really highly likely to lose all of your funds if you go into a hyped up narrative and you buy these coins that you have no research, no historical proof that the team can actually deliver a product that is going to change the world. I believe it's Warren Buffett was quoted as saying, I apologize, I actually believe it was Jeff Bezos was quoted as saying, when asked about how he got rich, he invests in things that change people's lives. So when I invest in Casper, when I invest in all of my crypto projects, one of the things that I ask myself is, how does this change people's lives? When it comes to Casper, I really do believe that 5 years from now, the things that Casper's building will change people's lives. The IP tokenization, the tokenization of financial assets, things like that will actually have an impact on people and their daily lives. So, getting back on track with Cardano, if we look at the 2020 to 2022 bull run, we peaked out in September of 21 with Cardano at about a $95 billion market cap. Now, before I get into potentially how Casper does this, let's just look at, let's say Casper has a 12 billion circulating supply at the time of the height of the bull run. If it's got an $8 Casper, it's a $96 billion market cap, so almost right on the money to where Cardano was. So that's great. I mean, that would be ridiculous gains. If we got into an $8 Casper and I didn't sell until $8 and then I sold my whole bag, I'd never have to work again a day my entire life. Obviously, that is just obscene, like 200x gains. So how do we actually get here? That's the big question, because we can, people will say things like this, like, well, Cardano went here, we can go there, so then that's my price prediction. Well, that's really shallow. Like I was saying, the reason that I like to compare and contrast Cardano to Casper is all of the utility, the way that the community and the project are building, I think, are very similar. And I think that Cardano, a lot of the hype was behind the utility. I mean, you look at Cardano's DeFi ecosystem, it is not anything compared to a lot of the other projects that are out right now. I mean, some of the new projects that are out right now have more diverse DeFi ecosystems than Cardano does. But Cardano did have a little bit of like first mover advantage. It was it's been around since clear back in 2018, and that helped significantly for sure. But Cardano and Charles Hoskinson are known for building out this kind of long-term, slow-moving utility that will win in the long term. And I really, truly believe that is the same path that Casper is taking. If you just look at their roadmap, look at the way they've done things, yes, sometimes it's a little bit slow. It's not so much hype-driven. They come out with they actually do a decent job of coming out with updates quite frequently. I'm pretty happy with the way that they've delivered on the things. I know that Casper 2.0 has been pushed back quite a few times at this point, but I would rather a project push things back than to deliver a product that is subpar. And you've seen a lot of projects deliver subpar products on chain that have then resulted in massive hacks and people losing their money, which will destroy your crypto project. And I do not want that to happen to Casper. I don't want that to happen to Cardano. We look at a chain like Solana. Solana probably was plagued by this same issue of rushing things and getting things out as fast as humanly possible. Started back in early 2020. They got a pretty decent product online fairly quickly, which resulted in them having an absolutely obscene run-up during 2021, at the end of 2021 and beginning of 2022. I mean, we look at this like $76 billion market cap. I mean, if Casper, let's see, like maybe $6 to $6.50 would be Casper at that market cap. I mean, that's obscene. That's over 100x for Casper. But Solana this year has had a lot of issues. They've had a lot of hacks. They're constantly having to freeze chain and do different things to try to fix what's going on in the ecosystem, and they're still number 9. It's number 9 on CoinMarketCap. That's crazy to me. I mean, the amount of issues that Solana has, and there's still that many people utilizing it. I'm not invested in Solana. I have nothing against the project except for the fact that they've had these issues, and anything that has issues like that just gives me like PTSD from being invested in other projects, and I generally won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. You come over here to projects like Casper, projects like Cardano, where they're building slowly, but they're building smart, and they're building real-world utility. I really think I'm betting very big on the fact that Casper is going to win in the long term, because that's what matters to me. Number one, I'm perfectly happy with these just nothing but down, super low prices. I'm hoping that they can stay low for a little bit longer, because I want to get a bigger bag. When you look at the utility coming to Casper, when you look at the amount of liquidity that is in the markets that they're trying to break into, it's obscene. I mean, if that kind of liquidity comes on chain, it will bring with it retail interest and hype. It will bring with it institutional money. And I think that you could easily see this project blow past all-time highs of projects like Cardano, projects like Solana. Because, I mean, if you really look at where these projects were at a $95 billion market cap, they weren't doing anything that was that crazy outside of just retail hype DeFi. That's all this was. And I mean, yeah, most of this was probably hype retail money. But even so, I mean, you look at the difference in liquidity when it comes to institutional funds and retail, and the amount of money that can come from institutions onto Casper if we end up getting some big partnerships and some partnerships that actually bring liquidity on chain. I mean, this thing could go parabolic in just a matter of days. We could be punching past our all-time high. So that's really it, guys. That's all I have for you today. Just something to consider. I know that there are a million projects out there that people say the same thing about. Everyone thinks that their bags are the best bags. Everybody thinks that their project is the best project. But I really, truly try to not get married to my bags. I try to have a outlook that is like outside the box, looking in, saying, if I was, an institution, a large business, big data, what project would I want to choose to build on? Because to me, the real money is going to be made when the institutions get into the space and they say, okay, we're going to use this project to build on, and we're going to bring billions and billions of dollars on chain with this project. That's where I see all the money being made. So that's all I have for you guys. If you guys like this content, leave a comment below and subscribe. Give this video a like, and let me know if you want to see more of it. Jesse with Chainosis, signing out.